happened to him, Mrs. Daly?
He was playing at the beach with his friends, and they said the tide must have caught them off guard. You've seen her, haven't you?
She was there this morning in the fire.
After 8 Harry Potter blockbusters, and it was blockbuster with a capital B, Daniel Radcliffe is starting the next act in his film career. He stars in The Woman in Black. It's an upcoming thriller from CBS Films.
He plays a father who is haunted by the death of his wife. Daniel Radcliffe is with us in Studio 57. He's decidedly less scary in person.
Yes, you were very scary in the movie.
Yeah, I'm very, very intimidating, all 5'5" of me.
Absolutely.
Well, but did you decide, was it a conscious decision on your part, Daniel, that you said, notice how neither one of us said, Harry Potter's here, neither one of us did that.
Yes.
You're welcome. We'll talk about Harry Potter later. But did you make a conscious decision that you wanted to go all the way to the other side? Because, number one, it's kind of cool to see you playing a dad, number one.
Right, yeah.
And then you're playing, and it is a horror film. So did you make a conscious decision, I want to do something that's totally different than anything I've done?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the case, as I think it is not just for an actor coming out of a franchise, but I think probably for any actor. You know, you look for as much diversity and variation as you can. So yeah, I wanted to do something, you know, different that people hadn't seen and show another side. I mean, I look very different in this film, and a lot older, and people sort of haven't seen me in something like this before, so I think I'm excited for people to see that.
You were really concerned though about the connection, playing a father, about the connection that you would have.
Yes.
With the actor who played your son. Yeah. So a little bit of creative maneuvering on your part.
Yes, exactly. No, I did kind of cheat there and help myself out a bit. I was, you know, people have seen me in a schoolboy outfit for 10 years, so it does seem like a little bit of a leap for them to immediately accept me as a father. So I asked James if he'd audition my real life godson. And he did, and he auditioned along with 5 other boys, all of whom were very good, but there's just no substitute for that real chemistry, especially with such a young kid.
Yeah.
And Misha was great, and he was great in the film, and it really helped. It helped me a huge amount having that chemistry with him and being able to kind of play around with him and have fun rather than worrying if you know, about this little boy being overwhelmed, as you would be on a film set for the first time when you're 4.
Was he already an actor? Your godson?
Not
That's
at all.
his first role?
That was his first job.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I know.
Go Uncle Daniel. What does he call you?
He just called me Dan. Yeah,
Dan.
And he's just seen the first Potter film like this year, so he's starting to put 2 and 2 together, and it's all a bit weird for him.
How about How to Succeed, which is, I have to say, one of my favorite musicals of all time, because it's so much fun.
Right. Yes. It is.
You had quite a run, and were so well recognized for your work in it.
It was I just had the best time. I really did. Like it was amazing. I actually saw the show last night with Nick, and I'd never run
Nick Jonas,
with Nick Jonas, who's playing Finch, and it was amazing to sit watch what we came up with in rehearsal. Suddenly, a year later, in somebody else's hands, still running. It was a feeling of just immense pride. And yeah, it was fantastic, and I had a great time last night. And it was just the curtain went up, and I just started crying. Like I don't cry very often, apart from when I miss people. And when I saw everyone that I haven't seen for like 3 weeks, just dancing and being brilliant, like I was very emotional.
More Broadway in your future, you think?
Oh, I hope so. Absolutely. I want to keep coming back for as long as I can. Definitely.
You know what I like about you? Because I'm thinking it's pretty good to be Daniel Radcliffe these days, but I was reading about you talking about the love of your life, the love in your life, that life is really much better with her.
Yes.
And I think that's so nice for a man to say that. Rosie.
It is, Rosie, yeah. No,
look. Why is life better for you with her in it? I
don't know. I mean, it's just unquestionably I'm happier. I spend less time in my head about stuff. I get, you know, she makes me remember what's important and what's not important, and what I have to be focusing on and what it's pointless to think about. And you know, just you know, she one day at a time stops me from going insane, which is lovely.
That's an important quality to have.
And Harry Potter, Is it something that you think I will be Harry Potter for the rest of my life? I mean, it's one of those iconic characters.
Yeah, of course.
But you've also clearly moved on to other things. Do you like still talking about Harry?
Yeah,
or do you think,
do.
Oh, you're okay with
I do.
it?
That's the thing. It's been funny on this press tour because people are sort of coming into the room and saying, now, so obviously you did your other films. And I'm like, you can say it. Like, I know what they were called.
Are we allowed to say HP?
It's strange. And like,
But
I
some
think
people are sensitive
No,
about
I
it,
think
you
it
know.
is because I think a lot of people don't like to be. I think a lot of people, when they try to move away from something, just try to put as much distance as themselves and sort of try to never have any. It's almost like they didn't have an association with it.
But that's how we fell in love with
Which
you.
is like,
Yeah.
I could never do that. Not only are the films, you know, encompass 10 years of my life that were amazingly formative, exciting, and full of happiness, and like I would never want to turn my back on them. But also, like, they're great films.
They're
And I'm
amazing.
proud to be
And they're
associated with
so
them.
true to the
and
books, which
they
is
are, and they're
wonderful.
amazingly true to the books, considering how much of the books there was, and you know, and they're responsible for me getting onto Broadway and getting onto, like, nothing I've done would have been possible without that initial piece of luck.
I have to stop you to ask you one quick
Yeah,
question
yeah.
because I'm told we're light on time,
Yeah.
and that you've apparently fallen in love with American football.
I have, totally.
Okay,
Oh.
Super Bowl this
Giants.
Sunday.
It's obviously the Giants. I'm not just saying that because I'm
Not just because you're living in New York or you're here.
Answer sitting
No,
here at this table.
but
do you really
it's the
feel
only
that?
ones. I have a Giants cap. I have Giants stuff. Like, I'm a Giants fan. I
ready to
I
go?
got when I did Equus in the Broadhurst, I was christened a Giants fan when I went into that theater. So like, I've been a
Nice.
Giants fan for 3 years.
And is it true you got into fantasy football too?
I got into fantasy football in a massive way this year.
How does your girlfriend feel about that?
Yeah, not so good. Really not so good. Because, darling, do you think I should swap this player out? I don't care. Like, you know, why would she care about any of the fantasy football stuff that I'm trying to do? But, you know, she listens.
Well, we
So
like
that's
that
what's
you're
something.
pulling for the Giants. We
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
of course. Absolutely.
We like that.
Yeah.
Really good to see
And I'd
you.
say the same thing in Boston.
Good for you. You're a wise man.
All right.
Continued success to you. Thanks
you
for
very much.
coming.
Thank you for having
for
me.
coming.
The Woman in Black opens in theaters this Friday.